In a country where the law barely protects the weak and pupilled power, often overshadows constitutional order, one man dares to say he will slap before he slapped, lock you up without apology, and deny the poor access to Jesus Christ himself. Ladies and gentlemen, what exactly is happening to Pastor Ibiyeomie, David Ibiyeomie? Okay? This is not just another short gospel that I'm about to give here. This is a national conversation about abuse of spiritual power, a silent revolution rising among the youth, and how even the so-called men of God are testing the patience of a tired generation. Maybe they don't know. They don't know. So let's break it all down. No fear and no filters. You heard me well. No filters as I do this video. So recently, Pastor Ibiyeomie, the prosperity preacher based in Port Harcourt, I'm sure a lot of you, this name will resonate with you. He launched a shocking tirade against members of his own church. In his words, and I quote, "They will carry news and excite bloggers. They will plant you inside the church. Instead of getting blessed, you will pick one thing and twist it. Say what I did not say." This is what he told his own congregation, my people. Now, imagine a man of God publicly accusing his own congregants of betrayal, because that is what he was doing right there. Is this a church or a cult? I'm asking, is this pupil power or spiritual tyranny? Because I don't understand. I need someone to make me to understand what is going on. And then the real gospels came. I don't believe in turn the other cheek. Before you slap me, I slap you. Oh my God. Can you just imagine this? Is this really coming from the so-called man of God? Because this doesn't sound Christlike in any way. It doesn't sound Christlike. Just imagine, I don't believe in turn the other cheek. Before you slap me, I slap you. Oh man, wow. Ha. A whole man of God who quoting vengeance instead of Prince of Peace. Because that was what Jesus Christ stood for. What Bible exactly is this man of God, this so-called man of God reading? Because we also know what the Bible says about vengeance. So what Bible, what version of the Bible is David Ibiyeomie, preaching right here? Please, if you know the version of his Bible, please go to the comment section and let us know, because I can't fathom what this man is saying. Now, this is the same pastor who claimed that Jesus Christ never associated with the poor. Now, wow. These people are just turning this Bible upside down. Oh. See, Jesus Christ never associated with the poor. Can you imagine this? He said it boldly. Yes, it's all over the internet. That Jesus Christ of Nazareth, the man born in a manger, who dined with sinners, tax collectors, and healed the sick for free, never associated with the poor? Now, wow, this man will have to tell us the Bible is using, because I'm not understanding this one again, hey God. But not be juju be that. Honestly, not be juju be that. But it gets even deeper. Remember in 2017, right? When this same Ibiyeomie allegedly ordered the arrest of journalist Kemi Olunloyo. Remember that time, right? Well, before I continue this part, I'm not a fan of Kemi Olunloyo, because I know that sometimes she over-dramatizes situations, but then it is what it is. So that woman spent 78 days in detention. Yes, you heard me well, 78 days. Not because she was convicted of any crime at that time yet, but because of a mixture of deliberate administrative delay, policy impunity, and judicial carelessness. Yes, those are the reasons why that lady stayed there for that length of time. And I tell you, those reasons were deliberately orchestrated to lengthen her time of stay in detention. But again, there are constitutional requirements of how long a suspect, someone who is alleged of a crime, should be in detention. We know this. 3 weeks of these 78 days we are said to be due to clerical error, or as some say, divine silence. Exactly. So now, fast forward to 2025. The same man now, this same man of God, David Ibiyeomie, is threatening bloggers once again, and even saying, if I arrest you this time, nobody will come and beg me. Can you imagine? This is the same. This is supposed to be a man of God. The tone alone is, for me, is even very, very so condescending and I mean, and uncalled for. How do you call yourself a man of God? And look at your language. The language is not even garnished with some level of sanity, if you ask me. So what kind of spiritual leader brags about arresting people? Because this is all what he's doing right now, threatening people all over the place with arrest. In civil society, when someone offends you and you report to the police, the proper procedure is simple: investigate, charge to court, and let the law decide. And not Ibiyeomie deciding the numbers of days you will stay there. But no. Ibiyeomie sounds like he's above the courts and ready to personally sponsor detentions, because that is what that tone of his voice sounds like. This is not just disturbing, I must say. This is becoming very, very dangerous, completely dangerous and unacceptable. And let's be clear, this is not about religion here. This is not about religion. It's about power, intolerance, and a growing culture of impunity hiding behind the altar. This is exactly what we are talking about here. So don't mistake this for religion. Now imagine if someone like Pastor Ibiyeomie was president of Nigeria. Have you thought what will happen to all of us? Just begin to imagine that first, even for one day. With this level of unprovoked threats, this disregard for legal processes, and his open endorsement of slap before being slapped, what kind of nation will we be? Have you thought of this? Now compare that with how our own President Tinubu, yes, our own very own Jagaban, has been abused, mocked, insulted repeatedly online. Yet, he has not, started ordering arrests or throwing tantrums all over the place. In fact, President Tinubu was once said he does not go on social media anymore because of the abuses. That's tolerance for me. That is tolerance coming from the number one father of the nation. So just oppose this with a David Ibiyeomie at the helm of affairs of this country. It will be calamity of monumental proportion. I'm telling you. But Ibiyeomie, he's raging against internet, because that is what he's doing. He's raging against internet, attacking the poor, threatening bloggers. How do you do this? This is the same man leading thousands of congregants every Sunday. And if this is what you think about what the Bible says, if this is how you turn the Bible, to suit your own preaching, what will become of these thousands of congregants? What are they learning every Sunday from you, sir? What are they learning from you, sir? I'm asking. So where is the gospel of love, humility, peace, and forgiveness? Because this was the fulcrum of, Jesus Christ's teaching, while he was on it. The fulcrum of his teaching was based on love, forgiveness, humility, peace. The exact opposite of what David Ibiyeomie is preaching to his congregants today. And is forcing this down their throats like some conquered slaves. Instead, what we see in David Ibiyeomie's preaching is vengeance, intolerance, arrogance, and unchecked spiritual pride. That is exactly what this man is doing. I'm telling you. The dangerous type that corrupts democracy and turns believers into fearful slaves. This is what this man has turned his congregants to right now. Because you don't want to tell me that You sit in a place like that and this person is turning the Bible upside down and you are still there. But here is the twist. Despite the threats, this generation is no longer silent. Yes, you heard me well. They are asking questions. They are demanding answers as well. They are saying enough. And whether people like David Ibiyeomie like it or not, the African mind is shifting. It's shifting, I tell you. Religion must no longer be a weapon of intimidation. Churches must no longer be safe havens for unlawful arrest. And bloggers, yes, even the ones who get it wrong, must be dealt with legally, not bullied into silence, like the likes of David Ibiyeomie have always done. Let Ibiyeomie try to arrest Very Dark Man, and maybe he will be able to test his popularity by that time. Let him go ahead and arrest Very Dark Man right now. Then we go know who really get mine for this country. I dey tell you, we go know who really get mine. But no, Ibiyeomie, I mean, he will always go after the small fish, the humble blogger, the vulnerable boy out there, the vulnerable girl out there with a phone and data, who is just expressing his or her mind. He would rather go after those ones. Okay? The time for hiding behind the name of God to bully others, I tell you, is completely over. Those who are close to David Ibiyeomie must take this message back to him, that the time for hiding behind the name of God to bully others is over. Is over. And Africa, they must know, is rising. The church must evolve. They must evolve if they want to stay relevant. And silence is no longer an option for anybody. And with this, I want to say I don't want to make this video too long. I believe the message is clear and very, very direct. Okay, what do you think about this whole hula bula about David Ibiyeomie and how he's trying to turn the Bible that you and I grew up with as the instrument to preach peace, love, forgiveness, and everything? How this man is gradually turning this thing upside down. What do you think about this preaching? Please go to the comment section and leave your comment so that we can continue this conversation right there. God bless you for watching this video up to this very end. I'm going to be back. I'll meet you at the comment section. God bless you. Bye-bye.